What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, I'm gonna talk about the reasons why being single or not being in a romantic relationship or connection kind of fucking sucks. Um, this is gonna be a quick video. If I'm kind of quiet, if I'm kind of quiet, it's because it's kind of late at night and I don't want to be too loud and stuff. I have like neighbors and other people, and I have a roommate, so like I don't want to be too loud, but yeah, man, it's just what I'm saying. Like I just be wandering through life. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I'm content. Like I'm working on my goals. I'm working out. I'm fit. I'm completing my college classes. I'm just doing what I gotta do. I'm active duty military, so like I'm just handling my business pretty much. Um, but it's just sometimes it sucks like when you're like constantly single or like because at times it's a natural human emotion where like you just crave that romantic connection or like you just crave that physical touch with the romantic counterpart. You know what I'm saying? Or we just crave that touch from another human being. You crave that physical love and affection, and emotional love and affection as well. So it is a challenge. It's not easy. Um, but when you're single, if you're single for a long time, it's not the end of the world. If you're like me, like I've been single my whole life, so I've never been in a relationship. I've never like dated anyone like that. It's crazy. I never dated anyone. I never been in a relationship like that. So, and even if I have dated someone, it was like it only lasts for like one day and that's it, and then we'll just break up the next day. But I never been in actual like physical connection like that. Never. I'm 25. And it's crazy, but yeah. So like, if you're watching this video, if you've ever been single, or if you feel touch starved, or like if you feel like you just can't find a romantic connection, or someone you just vibe with, or like things don't work out, just know that you're not alone because I've also experienced this as well. There are times where I do struggle with like being single, or like at times I do crave that physical touch. I do crave that emotional connection from another human being. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying like, well, based on my upbringing, based on my like, just dealing with like, cause all my life, in my opinion, I never received like physical love or like just love from like family members or just being around the proper friends who would show me love like that. So I never been around loving people like that, I guess. Not everyone, but I'm talking about most people. But not everyone. I have people in my life who are cool, who I connect with and who are loving. But I'm talking about from the most part, from family members to like most people in my life. Like I never received that love. So I know what it's like to be touch starved or like to not receive love. It is what it is. But when you experience that, you're naturally gonna develop trauma. You're naturally going to develop abandonment issues or rejection issues and just shit like that. So that's the type of shit I'm still trying to work through. But I'm just saying it's normal. Even it's just normal for you. Like it's just natural because like the human beings, part of the human experience is for humans to reproduce and to make love and to create children, right? That's part of the human experience. So like it's gonna be natural. Where like if you've been single for a long time, it's natural for you to like for your body to like kind of be uncomfortable or your body to be going through cravings. Like it's natural for you to crave romantic connections, love, and just not being single. You know what I'm saying? It's natural. you know it's just how life is. You know but just know that you're not alone. And I know it's frustrating. I know it's not fair. I know it's bullshit, but sometimes you just got to realize that like people in connections, people in like relationships, most of the times it's a lot of responsibility because you got to deal with a lot of dumb shit, like a lot of drama and stress, and you, especially for a guy, like you got to pay so much money for a female. I mean, some guys, but it costs money. And then it could be a hassle, and like you're not sure you fully trust that person. But all that shit is natural. So what I'm trying to say is this: there are people who are in toxic relationships, who are in dysfunctional relationships. So sometimes it's better to be alone and single and not deal with that and to have peace and to have all the time to work on yourself versus being in a relationship where like you're not even where like you don't feel connected to that person, you know what I'm saying? But there are people who are in loving relationships, you know, and at times I do crave that shit, you know. And I'm sure if you're watching this, I'm sure you crave this as well, which is normal, you know. But it just suck. But in my opinion, one of the reasons why like even with my life and I'm sure other people in life as well, if they're constantly alone, if they're constantly single, it's because God has like a specific purpose for you, where you kind of meant to be alone so you can work on yourself. You're just meant for great things. So if you're constantly experiencing some type of bullshit in your life where like you just can't seem to manifest it, wow, but you see other people manifest love, this and that, and I'm not saying people who are in relationships, people who do attract love, I'm not saying they didn't work for it, but if it just seems like it naturally comes to them, but with you, no matter how much you try, no matter how much you better yourself, just bullshit happens, right? Where like you can't attract love, right? No matter what, you're always single. More than likely, this is my opinion. Spirit, your higher self, or God, or the universe, they're purposely blocking these type of connections coming into your life, or spirit is trying to prevent you from having those things because you're at a stage throughout your first chapter of your life or throughout most of your life where like you're meant to be alone so you can work on yourself, so you can better yourself, and so you can become a better version of yourself. And just the fact that shit like this happens, it's a clear indicator that you have a strong purpose in life. You have a greater purpose in life, and you're meant for greater and better things than the average person. This is my opinion. So don't even trip about it. Like everything happens for a reason. So like it means you're a tougher spirit. It means you're meant for greater things. You know, this is my opinion. But it also means that like you got to heal your wounds. You got to heal your trauma, and that's what I learned from other people. Because if you're not healed, then you're gonna attract narcissistic relationships. You're gonna attract dysfunctional relationships, and you're gonna attract dumbass situations. You know, and you don't want that. And I've learned these from other people as I've gone older. You know, and from life too. So, like I said, sometimes it's better to be alone and to be at peace and to have all the time to work on yourself versus being in a shitty relationship, right? But I don't know, man. It just sucks. I mean, I consider myself to be like a hopeless romantic. So like, there are times where I do crave like a fairy tale or like a very not even a fairy tale, but just a very intense connection, man. Or just me, like I'm a guy, so I work out a lot, so I naturally have like a lot of testosterone. Well, all guys do. So like I crave that physical sexual touch. I crave sexual energy, or like I crave sexual things. You know what I'm saying? So it gets hard, man. And this is why there's videos of people talking about no fap or like semen retention, because if you're feeling touch starved and like if you just feel you just want to release your sexual energy, try to find different outlets like working out, focusing on your studies, focusing on your career, because sexual energy is creative energy, right? So it makes sense that the more you hoard in your sexual energy and you transmute that shit and you put your focus on something creative like your career or something, or like your fitness, something great where like it can give you an investment in return, such as money, public recognition, career success, etc. It's gonna make your life a lot more better versus just wasting and draining your energy by like masturbating or by watching porn websites, especially if you're single, you know. And I feel like people who tend to fall for these addictions is because they've been lacking a lot of love throughout their whole lives based on family members or just life or God or the universe trying to purposely put them or purposely trying to make these people be single, you know, and make them miss out and romantic connections, you know. And not only that, but if you're constantly alone, if you're constantly single, then more than likely you're destined to have a very great soulmate like connection, very intense, one of the most skyrocketing, most amazing, crazy, fucking perfect soulmate connection, especially in your life. You are gonna experience that, but it makes sense that like since you've been single your whole life and you're not experiencing no sexual encounters, no sexual exchange, or like you're lacking in physical touch, you're touch starved, you've been single all your life, more than likely you're destined to have a very intense, high vibrational, loving soulmate connection. But yet but you're just meant to have that later throughout your life after you've completed your soul's purpose, or like the mission, or like your soul mission, or the things spirit or God wants you to get done. And then in return, God will give you like a loving fucking relationship where it's just fucking amazing and blissful, right? That's my opinion, and I've learned these from other people as well. So it makes sense where like you have to go through a lot of dumb shit, like isolation, being touch starved, because it's not natural being touch starved. It's not a human being. They naturally crave sex. They naturally, not just sex, but like just emotional bonds and emotional connections as well, friendships as well. But this topic is more so about, if you're this video topic is about romantic connections. So just know that you're not alone, and if you feel like you're having all these sexual urges, or like you just crave that physical touch, you're not going crazy. It's natural for your body to experience those things, because it's not normal. It's not natural for the human body to not have those things, or not experience physical touch, especially romance, especially sexual energy, or sexual touch. This is how it is. It's fucked up. It's not easy. This shit's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy. This shit's fucked up. I'm telling you, I'm just being real. It's fucked up how like at times we gotta like with our missions. Some people were meant to be single and to not entertain shit like that, which is just fucked up. I'm not lying. I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit and say like, oh, you're meant for great things, or like you're meant to heal your trauma, and like you're just spirit or God is trying to protect you, or like you're trying to complete your soul mission first, and then spirit's gonna reward you with a romantic connection. I'm not gonna sit here and be like all like loving and be like, yes, no, like this shit sucks. Like it's fucked up and it's not easy. This shit's hard as fuck, It's painful. It's sad. It sucks. That's the best word I could explain. It sucks, because especially when you're doing the best you can, try to better your life and trying to heal, and that you can't manifest a fucking connection. It is what it is, And I understand we're still young. I'm 25. I'm still young, but it just sucks. Like I just want it so bad. You know what I'm saying? But you just gotta work through your trauma, work through your wounds, and eventually you're gonna get it. If you're watching this, you're going to get it. You're gonna get it. Just hang in there, and don't be tripping about it, and just know that you're not alone. And like I said before, the reason why you're experiencing isolation or you're single a lot, it's not because of you. It's because of the universe or spirit. They're trying to block you these situations only because you have like a certain soul mission or a certain purpose you need to like fulfill, or you need to get done, or you need to work on, or go towards, so you can find yourself and create better things for yourself. And you are going to get it. You just got to be patient, This is how it is. And no, I'm not saying people with like who are in relationships or who are in romantic connections don't have a purpose, or they're not following their mission. I'm not saying that, because there are people who bust their asses off, people who've been through hell, and they're able to manifest a loving relationship despite all the bullshit they had to experience. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about like just people who don't do the healing work, people who just walk by through life, just not following their purpose, and that they just magically manifest a connection. Yeah, I'm talking about those people, but like I don't mean it in a comparison way. Like I'm not trying to make this video like a comparison way. It's not even like that. I'm just saying like don't even compare yourself like that too. Like just everyone just erase all that. Just everyone, they're on their own different journeys, they're on in their different paths. So like what may look something for someone else may be completely different for you, and vice versa. So don't compare yourself to other people. So I hope this video is not coming across like that. I kind of regret saying that, but because it's wrong. It's not accurate information. But yeah, but just know that we all have different soul missions, different soul purposes. So if you're constantly single or alone, don't even take it personal. There's a spiritual side to it, and everything happens for a reason. I know it sucks. I know it's frustrating, but you just gotta transmute that anger, that pain, that sadness into something great. And I will make a video topic in the future talking about how to channel your anger, how to transmute your negative emotions to something great instead of something negative. So you won't go to jail, or like you won't get into trouble, or like you won't get to fights or arguments, or you won't ruin your life because of these negative emotions consuming you. Instead, you can actually transmute and change your negative emotions to make your life a lot better and to help you propel for much more success and greater success. You just got to channel your energy. anger, sadness, pain, all that is energy, and you just gotta transmute that shit. You just gotta transmute your emotions and shit. But that's all I gotta say. But yeah, but like I said, it sucks. Like I feel touch starved, and I want that sexual connection, or like and I also want a intellectual and deep emotional connection as well. With friends, and like love, and with romantic and love as well. But just know that you're not alone, and don't even trip about it. You're meant for bigger, greater things. That's why. So have a good one, and I'm out. Peace.